This is guided practice 1.3. So we're talking about rate as a unit rate. So we want to get it down to the very simplest, like 1 unit. Okay, so it's taking your ratio, put it into a fraction, simplify it, and then you can get it down to your unit rate. Let's practice some of these. Number 1, it says 44 points in 4 quarters. So I'm going to make this as a fraction, and this is points, this is quarters. Denominator is the key. That's the one I want to get it down to 1. I want to know how many points per quarter. So the way I set this up is I always want to get this to 1. So that'll tell me in 1 quarter how many points did I make. So how do I go from 4 to 1? Well, I divide each side by 4. Now, it's nice when the numerator, the top number, divides evenly by what you're dividing the bottom number by. In this case, it works out. 44 divided by 4 is 11 points. So, the unit rate is 11 points per quarter. Q-U-A-R-T-E-R-S, quarter, okay? So 11 to 1, 11 points per quarter. Now, let's do the next one. 125 feet in 5 seconds. I want to get it to know how much are we going per 1 second. So from 5 to 1 is divided by 5. So then I have to take my top number and divide it by 5. Again, it works out evenly. You can use your calculator if you need to. I can do this one in my head. 125 divided by 5 is 25. So what this means is for every 25 feet, we go in 1 second. So if we run for 5 seconds, we're going to go 125 feet. It's a ratio, getting it down to just the rate of 1 unit, that 1 unit being 1 second. All right, 36 miles traveled on 12 gallons of gas. You want to know, in 1 gallon, how far did I go? So 360 miles on 12 gallons. That's the ratio. Now, I want to know what's the rate for just 1 gallon. So I'll set up a little equivalent fraction here. 1 gallon. I go this way. It's 12 divided by 12. Now, divided by 12. I can't do this in my head, so I got my calculator out. I went 360 divided by 12, and it comes out evenly, thank goodness, as 30. So I'm going 30 miles for every 1 gallon. All right, let's do one that doesn't come out even. We go 12 meters in 28 seconds. We want to know how many meters am I going in 1 second. So we set up our fraction. So it's 12 meters in 28 seconds. I want to know how much am I doing in 1 second. So to go from 28 seconds to 1 second, I divide it by 28. 28 divided by 28 is 1 second. Perfect. Now I'm going to do 12 divided by 28, and that will get me not a whole number. And the way you can write that is you can write 12 divided by 28. And then if I reduce this, because this can be simplified, this fraction, I can divide each by 4. It's going to be 3/7 meter. So the way I understand this one is I'm going 3/7. I gotta write better than that. I am going 3/7 of a meter each 1 second. Okay? So you always look at the denominator, you get that one down to its very simplest unit, just one. You just want one. And however you got to divide that, you divide both sides by the same to get that bottom to 1 unit. And it's nice when it works out even. Number 1, 2, and 3 worked out even. 4 did not, but you can still do it. And so you get 3/7. I could have done that into a fraction, or into a decimal, if I would have done 12 on my calculator, 12 divided by 28. It gets me a really long 0.428, and so on and so on. So I could round that up to 0.4 meters per second. Okay, so less than half a meter per second. Alrighty, let's go on to 5. We got 2 people shooting baskets. We got Molly, who shot 20 baskets in 4 minutes. We had Nico, who shot 42 baskets in 6 minutes. And the question is, how many more did Nico shoot per minute? So to know how many Nico shot more, we need to know how many Molly did and then how many Nico did per minute. So let's get it down to its unit. So we'll start with Molly. She did 20 in 4 minutes. I want to get this down to just 1 minute. So I go from here to here, divided by 4, divided by 4, equals 5. So Molly did 5 baskets in 1 minute. That was her rate, unit rate. Now let's go to Nico. He did 42 in 6. Okay, I want to get this down to 1 minute. So I go from here to here, it's divided by 6. 42 divided by 6, yay, it equals 7. Okay, so Nico did 7 baskets per minute. Now if I look at this, Molly, 5 in a minute, Nico, 7 in a minute. How many more did Nico shoot? 7 minus 5 is 2 more baskets per minute. Okay. Number 6. For Caroline's birthday, her mom took her and 4 friends to a water park. Sounds like fun. And her mom paid $40 for 5 tickets. Okay. Now, I want to know what was the price for 1 ticket. So I set this up. I want just 1 ticket. How do I get from 5 to 1? I divide it by 5, so I have to divide this by 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. $8 per ticket. Oops. Ticket. And that makes sense because you can say, you can do mental math on this one. You can say I got 5 students, I'm buying tickets. 5 times 8, that gets me my $40. That's how much it is per ticket. Okay. All right, we're not going to worry about 7. So go on and try independent practice. Page 35, do numbers 1 through 7.